ready to go.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. And if you're new people out there, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, and for us, it's what it's all about. It's what we work for. So today we're working on getting the seat installed and getting the motor installed on the go-kart. Now, getting the seat installed is a little bit tricky, and I'll show you why. Now, the problem I ran into is we can't identify the cart. We've got no idea who made it, and we looked around for who we thought might make it and found nothing. So I have brackets for a seat, but I've got no idea where to get a seat. So what I did is I picked up a seat off of a Manco cart that was of a similar size. And as you can see, it looks great there. Problem I've got is I've got two holes here and one hole here. So how to get it attached in the back is a little bit tricky. Now with this, with the bars coming out the side, that gives us a natural leverage point right there if we can figure out how to get the thing installed. One bolt in the middle, putting a screw in here won't work. And I've got two bolts here that I can work with. So what we did, get out of the way, cables, is I took this board and we're going to use this as a template. I'm going to weld these attached to this board, and I measured it off from top to bottom and inside and out, and I skimmed the board down just a little bit to get it exactly the right size. Can't weld it with the seat in place. I can't bolt these to the seat and weld it because it'll end up burning the seat down. So attached to this board, we can go ahead and weld them on and then take the screws out and then install the seat in its place. So let's do some welding. Okay, I know I've said this 100 times, so remember, always wear safety equipment when you're doing stuff like this. You only need one little speck to get in your eye and it'll ruin your day. So we're going to take the paint off along here and along here so that the weld will stick. Kind of a shame since we just painted it, but what are you going to do? When I painted it, I didn't have a seat for it yet, so I had no idea how that was going to work. And since we're repainting anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. It's always good to take a little extra. Let's see how she lines up. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to put the edge of the tab here right against here with the edge visible on the top. So it's not going to come from underneath, it's going to come from the top. And then we'll spot weld it on the top and then take the board off and then do a full weld and then do a full weld underneath so it doesn't go anywhere. So now here's the worst part of all, picking a random spot to put my clamp. So we'll put it on the back bar just for giggles. It's got to go somewhere. Okay, that should do it. Now let's switch off to welding gear. Okay, this is a simple 23-step process. Okay, we got a good ground on the frame. Whoops. There you go, we got a better ground on the frame. We've got good light on the subject. Now getting this lined up, getting these at just the absolutely perfect angle is the trickiest part of the whole thing, and that's why I'm using the board. The board will hold them at the angle that the seat wants to sit at when it's sitting on the bars going across the side. Now one of these tabs is 1/8 of an inch longer than the other one, so I've got to take that into account while I'm doing this. Okay, that looks pretty close. Now we set the angle and do the pressure test at the same time. Those aren't going anywhere. So let's see how the seat bolts in. Okay, this is my very favoriteest part. Dropping the motor on. So I put the screws in the holes first. This way when they line up, they'll go just like that and they'll all fall into place. So I don't have the clutch on the motor yet because I need more spacers. But we can get the motor bolted in. So we're doing a loose bolt down now. And we'll do the final when we put the chain on. And this is the part where she starts looking like an actual go-kart. I feel like I'm spending all day long laying on the ground today. I know you don't see it in the videos, but there are days like today where it's really beautiful out and I do 2 or 3 videos and I just save them and put them out later. Today it's in the 70s. And there's a lot of days in Texas where you wake up in the morning at 5:30 in the morning and it's, I don't know, 88, 90, 95 degrees before the sun comes up. Okay, you know we're getting close to the end. Well, it's time to put the clutch on. So I'm going to guesstimate I need 2 spacers. I should say 3 spacers. There's one already in there. Where's our slot at? Slot's underneath. Okay. So we get our spacers in and try to Ouija this on. This one's got a chain tensioner, so it makes it a little bit more arbitrary. Where are you at? Once you get the key lined up, it slides right on, like that. Okay, I think we're just about there. That looks like a really good alignment. Let's see what the chain looks like. Okay. Now we're not going to touch it. We're going to see if we can get away with it without. And as usual, you can. Let's take her back over and see how she fits. Elevator drop. This should be a beautiful thing. Go around the wheel. Let's put it right about here. Now the back part of the chain will pretty much hold still by itself. And let us focus on what we're doing. And there we go. So let's carry this up here. Now it looks like it's not going to fit, but it is. We're going to grab our handy little tie strap to pull them together. I did a video on this once before. This makes life really easy when you're doing a chain. Okay, let's move the engine backwards. Give ourselves a little bit of slack. Pull our tie strap in just a little bit more. Let's stop there because it looks like we're pretty close. Now we're going to put the master link going this way. And the reason for that is it'll be hard to get to the other way. And there you have it. Now the hardest part, the master link, is done. Take up our slack and put our clip in. Oops, wrong clip. There you go. Take up our slack and put our clip in. And it's just a matter of adjusting the motor. The chain tensioner will make it very forgiving as far as adjustments go. Nope, she slipped off. Where you at, buddy? Yep, the whole shooting match just turned on me. And if you heard that little click noise, that's our chain working. Now you just cut your little tie strap off, and you're done. Looks good, looks good, looks good. Okay, we're going to pull the motor forward if we can. And tighten up the bolts. Okay, here she is, completed and ready to go. So now the audio is not going to be that good on this particular little run because I'll be using the GoPro's audio, but the fun will be there. So let's go for a ride. So that was pretty fun. That one feels really nice and tight, and it feels really smooth. That one came out as good or better than anything I've ever worked on. And the motor sounds really great for a 50-year-old motor. Now, the guy showed in the video that I said it's his go-kart now. He's come up to me a couple of times and said, "Are you going to sell it?" And I keep telling him, I said, "No, I get to ride it first. Come talk to me after I ride it." And he saw me run up and down the street and came straight back down, and he says, "Okay, you ready to sell it now?" And I told him, "Yeah, let me ride it 1 or 2 more times. Come get it tomorrow." So he's the new owner of the go-kart. He's already got it. So thanks for watching. And for all you new people out there, go ahead and subscribe. It's free. And we'll see you next time.